1500 now. So yeah, that is a significant mineral advantage for SuppaDuppa over Eladimir, and should result in some kind of large army advantage. However, both players have a similar army size. SuppaDuppa hasn't really been teching up too much. He has teched up to Hydralisks. Don't see any signs of aggression, however. He is building another hatchery right here, clearing off this, I don't know if this wouldn't be the natural expansion, but it's kind of your protected expansion, I guess, on this map, Delta Quadrant. And so he is really hoping to out-macro Eladimir hard now that he has this giant advantage in units. In the production tab, we've got roaches for Eladimir. Looks like infestors. The infestation pit is just completing there for SuppaDuppa. He's producing Hydralisks. He's got missile attacks coming. He's got his Hydralisks out here to protect his expansion from these 2 Mutalisks that Eladimir built ages and ages ago. He hasn't built a single other Mutalisk that entire time. But they have definitely managed to do their share of damage. They have scouted this expansion here. We'll take a look at what Eladimir can see. Yeah, he has scouted that there are now 3 bases up for SuppaDuppa, and that's hopefully going to send some bells and whistles off that he can. Yeah, he looks like he's moving out to cause a little bit of economic damage. This expansion up here is not very well defended. We have some Zerglings coming in. I guess he can sense that there's an attack coming. Look at all these roaches that are coming in for Eladimir. They're going to do some serious damage to a fairly undefended expansion here, and they should, yeah, with the Zerglings as reinforcements, they should really be able to polish this off. Let's see, SuppaDuppa has Hydralisks coming in, and looks like those drones are going down pretty fast. These roaches are just polishing them off, and looks like now the drone advantage has swung significantly in Eladimir's favor. It's 50 drones to 33 for Eladimir. So he is right back in this game now, and beautiful burrow. He is going, there is unfortunately a spore crawler here, but 2 roaches can't do enough damage to even keep up with how much these roaches regenerate when they burrow. So yeah, there's an overseer just being morphed in there by SuppaDuppa, which he is going to need to finish off these roaches. Eladimir is healing them up. Let's see if he took the advantage there to expand. It doesn't look like it. SuppaDuppa is scouting pretty well here. He's got a couple Zerglings over on this side of the map to check and see if there's an expansion coming. Moving a few units over towards Eladimir's base, I guess hoping that there is nothing left, because he does have these roaches trapped over here, and SuppaDuppa is just getting ready to take those roaches out. Just popping away at an Overlord there. He didn't spot those roaches, I guess, with his Overseer. Now he sees them, and they are just going to suicide over there. This small army not going to be able to push into Eladimir's base. These Hydras just easily polished off all those roaches. When the Overseer's around with this many Hydras, it doesn't matter if you're burrowed, those roaches are going. Now we have 2 Superman roaches here fighting off. It's a little bit of a lopsided battle if these guys would just turn around and fight, but I guess they're a little bit cowardly. We got, fortunately for SuppaDuppa, 3 roaches that won't shy away from that one. And Eladimir is starting to move his roaches into a position where they can start, I guess, defending this expansion is the plan. Just roaches though versus Hydras, and this many Hydras, I mean, if there was an Overseer, would definitely be able to polish all these roaches. Oh, a few reinforcements there for Eladimir makes it a little bit worse of an idea. Taking a look at the income tab here, it's really not only just evened out, but Eladimir has still an income advantage despite the advantage in overall expansions. that SuppaDuppa has managed to build up. He's got 4 hatcheries, and he still doesn't have the income that Eladimir has. So very good drone production for Eladimir. Now he's 1 drone down. Really managed to pull himself back in this game that really, by all rights, he should have just been out of a long time ago. Love that he morphed in a few banelings there, and they're protected by the roaches. They're right in the middle, so the roaches are going to start taking the damage, and I have a feeling those banelings, they might just make it through there. They do some fairly significant damage to hydras that are light biological units, and any light unit, it doesn't want to get hit by banelings. So here are the roaches. Massive battle here. All roaches and banelings. Look at the banelings just splash all over those hydralisks, taking them down. These roaches completely destroying the front line of SuppaDuppa. The hydras got back, but there are some reinforcements coming from Eladimir's hatcheries, and they just managed to clean up every single unit. Decent burrow there, although there was only 3 hydras left. May have saved the life of 1 or 2 roaches there by burrowing. Excellent play by Eladimir. And now SuppaDuppa just has to macro up an army as fast as he can to get back in this one, because he has almost nothing left. He is 800 minerals, 500 gas, lower in army size than Eladimir. Really just lost his advantage with that attack. And now Eladimir is pushing out across, just has roaches. Oh my god, if there was a single air unit, they would be able to polish off a whole bunch of these. However, SuppaDuppa is just trying to counter roaches with his own roaches, and that is not going to be a good idea. And Eladimir has burrow. SuppaDuppa, unfortunately, has not evolved burrow. So this battle is going to be hugely one-sided. All those roaches getting polished off by Eladimir, and SuppaDuppa is in serious trouble here. If he can't pull something out, he needs some mutalisks or something. I think mutalisks are the only thing he could mass produce, and he's just throwing more roaches into a sea of enemy roaches, which there is just no way that that's going to... Look at this. What are these guys going to do? A little bit of a lopsided battle there, I think. And at this point, Eladimir is looking real strong. The army size down to 1175. Production has almost completely stopped. Eladimir is producing zerglings and just roaches from SuppaDuppa. He must never have evolved the Spire. He was going fully ground units and ended up having to put all of his eggs in the roach basket. And now he has recognized that his attack really did not serve him well right there. He was out macroing and just managed to get destroyed by Eladimir, having the higher ground, having the roaches with burrow, having the banelings in with his troops, and they just took out so many hydras. It really just gave him the advantage in that battle. So it looks like Eladimir is going to clean this up. Huge army here, macroed up by Eladimir even during his attack. There's a few roaches in for SuppaDuppa, but he has GG'd and left the game, and that is the end of that. So just amazing play to claw his way back in this one. SuppaDuppa did not press his advantage early when Eladimir had no ability to keep producing fighting units. SuppaDuppa should have just been pressing his advantage, but he decided to go for the mass expand, and with just a tactical military blunder, attacked, lost too many of his units, and that was all Eladimir needed to just take the advantage. He pressed in with the roaches he had left, and that was the end of that game. So thanks for listening, guys, and great game, Eladimir.